think we're getting to the point where maybe we can maybe do some of this outside, um, depending on your technology capabilities and so on and so forth for moving around. But for today, I'm just gonna, through the window, breathe in the breeze that's flowing out there. I'm staring at the leaves on the May trees as they sort of face the northwest, the wind coming from the southeast. The color of the sky is pure blue. I can't see a cloud out the window I'm looking. And so out there in the world, as far as I can tell right now, everything's okay. And Stella has joined me and left. Everything right now seems to be okay. How many moments during the day meet that description? I hope for all of us that we can say several, a lot, many, maybe even an overwhelming most of the time, if we're fortunate. Of course, we're not all always fortunate. But it is good to reflect on the fact that we are in the middle of a cold, dark, and hostile universe, which in general has ambiguous feelings at best towards life. In fact, one of the physical laws that govern the universe, the second law of thermodynamics, tells us that chaos will always reign over order. But somehow life manages to catch a ride on the gears of the universe and find spaces for itself. Here in this little Goldilocks segment of space, which is what scientists call, or cosmologists call, our solar system and Earth, we have a unusually good chance, good odds for sustaining life. And so here on this planet, we live, to borrow a movie phrase, in a world where the odds are always in our favor. It seems unusual words to say in this time of a pandemic when life is truly at risk. When millions of people around the world have lost their lives. To a virus that is still confounding us in many ways. But when I look out the window and I see the sky, I see the breeze rustling the leaves, right now, everything seems to be okay. And I'm sure that each of you could, in this moment, in the place that you're at, in the room that you're in, look out and make a similar assessment. On some days, it may require a little sort of flagrant uh, looking the other way to find the good in a situation, but uh, you know, those moments are here. They come up, and let's take a few moments to enjoy them. And now, for a moment or two, reflecting on how the observation, the mental formation that uh, things right now are okay. Notice how that makes you feel. Perhaps gratitude, perhaps just a little peace of mind for a few moments. Perhaps it allows you to get out of the way of yourself, find an empty mind. It sort of gives you a few steps forward in the line, in the queue that we are formed in life to get to the register where we buy some happiness or contentment or some relaxation. the insight from this little experiment is something that we build on over the course of a life of meditation, is that our minds and our bodies aren't so much connected or talk to each other, but they are part of the same thing. The mind cannot exist without the body. But perhaps the body has a will or a path of its own that can take influence from the mind. So if we look at that relationship to body and mind, and we understand that oftentimes where the mind goes, the body may follow. We start to understand the double-edged sword that our mind is. It is an amazing thing. It allows us to be an incredibly successful species. It is a supremely useful tool for survival. And it is a source of great happiness and joy, pleasure, and luxury, even. But on the other side, the mind is subject to obsessions, attachment, to disease. And so being careful to understand the mind, understand its powers, both good and not so good, gives us a little insight on how to respond to ourselves, and understanding that our responses to our body and to the world around us in many ways can be adversely impacted by our state of mind. For me, this manifests in what I call spinning mind, where I spin myself into a state of anxiety over something that, after some reflection and giving it some time and space, I realized it was just my mind creating things that weren't really there. I can also recognize that my mind, in many cases, will try to ignore what's right in front of my face in order to avoid dealing with it. And I have to wait for my body to sort of step in and speak the would-be voice of reason to the mind and say, hey, you need to pay attention to this. And so, in meditation, having multiple doors into the world of contentment is very helpful, because if we enter meditation in through the mind, but our minds are not at ease, then we may only magnify that dis-ease. And so perhaps we can choose to come into meditation through the body and let the body show the mind that everything is okay. And on other days when our bodies are in a state of dis-ease or discomfort or tension because we're all wound up, sometimes it's good to enter meditation through the mind, through looking out the window, through taking an inventory of how are things right now, and leading the body towards ease and comfort and contentment. And so for the rest of this meditation, since most of us have been together for a couple of weeks, I'm just going to let you explore which path to follow, the body or the mind, into a deeper sense of ease, calm, and quiet. And a gentle reminder if the mind has wandered off into wherever it may have wandered, let yourself come back gently to the meditation on the body or the breath or the mind, and settle back into ease however you like. And over the next few moments, allow yourself to gently float on the breath, and allow it to take you upward in sort of being, take you upward in terms of mood, take you upward in terms of posture. Take you upward in terms of outlook on the day before you. And with that uplifting, we'll slowly come out of our meditation. Allow the next inhale to be a little bit deeper. And on the exhale, bring some movement to the fingers and the toes and the spine. Allow the next inhale to be even deeper. And on the exhale, slowly open the eyes. May all living beings have happiness and its causes. May all be free from unhappiness and its causes. May all dwell in equanimity, free from attraction or aversion. May all quickly find the great happiness which lies beyond all misery. May all enjoy inner and outer peace now and forever. Namo Amito Pho.